now, Texas Democrats travel to California and Illinois for meetings with Democratic governors who have criticized Republicans' plans to redraw the Texas congressional map to protect the GOP House majority. The day of meetings with Governor Gavin Newsom of California and Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois comes as Texas Democrats are weighing a walkout from the ongoing special legislative session where redistricting could be considered in Austin in a bid to obstruct and delay the efforts. Texas State Rep. Barbara Garvin Hawkins, chair of the Texas Legislative Black Caucus, told the ABC News she was hoping to receive guidance on how to navigate the redistricting situation from Newsom, who has frequently sparred with the Trump administration. Texas Governor Greg Abbott proclaiming a special legislative session that focused largely on flawed relief included redistricting on the agenda in light of constitutional concerns raised by the U.S. Department of Justice. Well, joining me now is Angela Fobbs from Mainz, Germany. She is the Director of Strategic Initiatives, Democrats Abroad. Happy Sunday to you. Good to have you join us tonight on Arise America. We'll be discussing the Texas Democrats' escalating fight against Republican-led redistricting efforts. Now, help us understand what the issue is with the mapping of districts in Texas and, of course, other states.
Well, the Department of Justice said that the maps were not accurate because they were racially biased. But this is not a normal ruling from the DOJ. And essentially, Donald Trump told the governor of Texas that he needed 5 more seats. And that's why they are attempting to redistrict Texas, because there's 30 seats for the House in Texas. 25 are already Republican. And they want the 5 more because once they pass this big, beautiful bill and people start to notice that their quality of life goes down, they feel like they're going to need the extra seats so that they can win the election in 2026.
This move by the White House, you think, is a strategy to maintain control of the House?
Yes, it's definitely a strategy to maintain control of the House and so that Trump can stay in power. And it's basically rigging the 2026 elections. But there are other ways to win without cheating. I just don't think Trump knows that.
And how do you think, them winning, the majority of the House would, I mean, if the livelihood of these Americans you did mention after the big, beautiful budget or the bill is passed, I mean, people will still have the choice to vote, isn't it?
Well, people will still have the choice to vote, but when they redistrict these, there's 5 districts that are mostly African American and Latino areas. And what they will do is what they call cracking. So they will split the district in half or even more so and put all the people in other areas. And then it's possible. Texas is a low voter turnout state. It's not everybody votes in Texas. So what you're really getting is about a third of the population that votes. And they would really have to pick up their get out the vote efforts in Texas, which may not be difficult in next year, but it's it would be it would be almost a crime for them to do this. Normally, redistricting in the middle of the cycle, it's a 10-year cycle where with that's linked to the census. And so they want to do it now. And Trump has been pretty honest, unfortunately. He or the few times he's honest, he wants to maintain the House because he knows what will happen when the Democrats retake the House. They will start to investigate him and his activities. They will probably impeach him. And he will lose a lot of control that he has right now. As long as the Republicans are in charge, they don't do anything but what he wants. They don't object to anything, even if it harms their constituents. They're no longer serving the American people.
I like that you brought the issue of, voter apathy to all of this because one begins to wonder, what are these issues that that would make Texans, not come out to vote? Can you highlight some of those issues for us?
Well, one of the issues is that voting in Texas is very difficult. It's difficult for people to register to vote. It's difficult for people to actually go to the various districts. In many of the counties, they only have one place where you can vote. And in a large county like Houston County or Dallas County, there are hundreds and thousands, millions of people that live there. So it just becomes very difficult to vote. And then also, a lot of people don't think their vote will count, also, because, as I said, they do a lot of things in Texas to discourage active voter participation. And so it would be it wouldn't be that difficult to make people not vote. But I think there's protests going on right now, and the people want to be heard, and that might change things for 2026. So he might not get those extra 5 seats just because more people might be voting.
Now that brings me to the question of what, the governors of those states can do. Newsom, the Illinois governor, what can they do precisely to ensure that, these states are not, the map aren't, redirected or redistricted? So if there's any word like that to take the power away from Democrats.
Well, California has a large number of seats also. I'm not sure of the number, but it's well over 40 districts there. It could be 50 also. Um, and California and Illinois the districts are drawn typically by a nonpartisan group. So it's based on the population size and the areas that they determine how the districts will be set up. It's not done like in many Republican states, which is just in a way to disenfranchise people or make their votes not count. It's possible from that that Gavin Newsom can redistrict also and make it impossible for Republicans to get seats in California. There aren't that many Republican seats in California, but I think there might be at least five, and that would make up the difference. I am not sure what Illinois can do, but there are a couple of Republican seats that could be redistricted also. I think this is a what Trump has started is a very dangerous situation for our democracy, and the voters should pick their representatives, not their representatives should pick the voters. And that is incredibly anti-democratic. And I hope it doesn't come down to this for Illinois and California. But if it does, we're on a path that's not going to lead us anywhere good.
But all of this will end in the courts, right? So there's no need to fear.
Our courts, our Supreme Court is their reputation is going down on a daily basis with the judgments that they bring out, the rulings that they bring out. So I don't really have any confidence that the if anything was to go to the Supreme Court, that it would actually help. I think they're bought and sold for Trump.
Now, but one thing before I let you go, how important is this to Democrats? This whole move by the White House. How important is it to maintain these seats, that we're talking about here?
Well, right now, the Republicans have a very slim lead in representatives. It's very, very narrow, and it's getting narrower every day. I mean, in this term, we've had a lot of people resign, we've had people die. And this, I mean, it happens in every term, but normally it's not so close. And so it's very important for them, and it's very important for the Democrats to win back the House. And it wouldn't be that hard to do it. And Trump is just trying to take these extra 5 seats to try to make it harder. But he assumes that everything will be like it was in 2024 and everyone will vote the same way. And that's not true. Every election year, it's possible for anything to happen. And especially when you're the incumbent president, your party often loses seats in the midterm elections. It's an average of 20 seats. So adding 5 won't really help because we're going to win back the House and we're going to win back the Senate. And then we'll see what happens from there.
Your last statement, we'll see what happens from there. Thank you so much, Fobbs, for joining us on Arise America today. She is, Director, Strategic Initiatives, Democrats Abroad.